Biggest Challenges. Now that we're thinking about solutions, please welcome Karen Carlson.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm happy to be here this morning. Wins and Biggest Challenges. Last month, in the Wins and Biggest Challenges segment, I presented an activity to demonstrate a win for me. And that was talking about resentment and resistance. And what does resentment look like in our lives, in our businesses, in our world? What do we resist against? And what does that look like? How do we respond to that? And when we're resisting against something, are we giving control to the who or what that we're resisting against? So this month, I have a little different activity, and everybody received a handout. Big circle with a dot in the middle. So I'd like everybody to take this, and I'd like you to draw a point somewhere on the perimeter of that circle, anywhere. Okay, everybody got it? Okay. The dot in the middle is Phoenix. That's your destination. Wherever you put your dot on the outside, if you look at the people that are kind of near you, your dot probably isn't in exactly the same place. Your marker is not in the same place. Your destination may be the same, but what is the most important piece of that diagram for you, for each of you?
Destination.
Starting point.
The path.
Where you are right now. Because everybody's in a different place right now. You might have the same destination, but you have to know where you are right now. And so everybody, when they came in, was given a puzzle piece. Does everybody have a puzzle piece? This is a piece that helps you to determine what it is that you need to get to your destination. What is the who, what, when, where, or why that you need to reach your destination. So as we look at wins and biggest challenges, do we see our biggest challenges as a problem? Because our vocabulary has a lot to do with how we perceive that. Is it a problem or is it a challenge? Are we ready to step up and meet the challenge? When we looked last month at generating more and better leads, is that our destination? Generating more and better leads? Does this month converting prospects to clients, is that part of the journey as we get to our destination? And what does that look like for you and for your business? It's different for every single business here. So all of these boards that you see up here and all of the segments that we're going to cover today are pieces that you may find fill some kind of a void in your business or in your life to reach your destination. So what's the win for you today in finding that piece? What's the win that you can uncover or start to uncover to reach your destination? Know where your destination is, first of all, and then be open to looking at the tools. They're tools. All of these things are tools for you to reach your destination. So I appreciate your time, and hopefully you'll find the piece that's missing for you today. Thank you.
Good. Other wins and biggest challenges. How about wins that you've had in your life, just recently? Would anyone like to share any wins that you've had recently? No wins. Oh, one win. Good. Mark, go ahead.
So, on having Alan and Nancy come here for Alan, his second month has been really, really cool. And at the when they come into town, we have a kind of pre-event on Wednesday evening for dinner. You're invited next time they come in. I'd encourage you. I have found that I gain as much or more from those than I do actually the event. And then we had breakfast this morning, and so that's, again, when they're in town, we do that kind of thing. And so when we were having dinner last night, I asked Alan, I said, you know, so what would you like to accomplish on this trip? So when we think about the sacrifice that they've made in time and money to fly out here, it's intriguing to me on how some people that are local won't attend, but yet Alan and Nancy fly all the way up from Maryland. It's like, what's up with that? Obviously, and for Alan to come back a second time, it's like obviously he gained enough value first time. I said, what would you like to accomplish? And he said, I already have. And so it's before the event, before we even really get into the dinner before the breakfast. And so, to me, that's significant. And so, like the win is that Alan's seeing things that, I mean, we've known Alan, Nancy, 8, 9 years, something like that. And to see Alan growing and changing so fast, so rapidly, for him to get things, it is just amazing. And how it's contagious on how he's willing to share that with like anybody who wants to talk to him. And to me, that's very, very fulfilling. For breakfast this morning, we talked about the dimensional marriage project that we're working on all together. And to realize on how, like last month with Donna, and some of the things that she was open to share, and to know that there are solutions, there are systems, there are tools, there are resources that are available that will transform individuals' marriages. I mean, that's a huge thing. That's very exciting.
Thank you. Wow, that is exciting. That is exciting. Any other wins that people have been having? Yes, Karen.
One win I had is, you know, time, when we talk about time and managing time and not enough time, looking at it that way and stuff. One of the things I did this last month was doing time blocking and actually blocking my whole week in half-hour segments from Sunday all the way through Saturday from 6 in the morning till midnight. And very revealing to look at where I'm spending my time, where I want to spend my time, how it's portioned out. But one of the things I did was, you know, you can get very caught up in doing businesses and sit in front of your laptop and being caught up in that. So my husband, who's here, we usually would sit together and watch the news, which I really don't have a lot of desire to really watch the news, but we'd sit there and do that. And he commented to me the one day, I miss you, because I was sitting in front of my laptop doing other things, and I wasn't spending that time with him. And so when I blocked my time, I blocked an hour and a half in the evening to be able to spend that with him. And so likewise, he's busy with a lot of things, and so one evening he was, you know, I said, well, go ahead and do whatever. And he says, no, you were intentional about blocking that time up for me. So I likewise want to honor that and, you know, spend that time with you. So that was a big win for me, I think, and for us.
And how many years of marriage?
42.
Something cool just happened. Do you realize what just happened? Anyone? What did Mark just say in his win? Dimensional marriage? Hopefully to make it better, right? I would assume that that would be one of the goals. So what was another win right after that?
Dimensional marriage.
She what?
Dimensional marriage.
Dimensional marriage. And you saw it.
And part
Did you
of
know
that
he was
is
going to share that?
No, and part of that is knowing where we were, but where your destination is. Going back to where your destination is to have time together.
So we didn't talk before about this, but in your preparation for today and the exercise we just went through, by using this to say, if this is Phoenix and that's your destination, put your dot wherever it is. It's where you're starting, right? You are already looking for a solution, is that safe? I don't want to lead the question, but were you looking for a solution? Did that was that a solution too, in your marriage too, Bruce? To have her, tell me from your perspective what it was like to have her block out an hour and a half for you.
It was a process that you evolve into. Life is constantly moving, so there's no static nature to it, whether you see it or not. You see things that evolve into your life and you recognize them one way or another. You have to be, your world within has to realize what it is you want to work with the world without. And that was part of that process, was what are my needs, what are her needs, how do we get together to solve those?
So your point was, I miss you. The destination was spending time. You blocked out that and were able to connect the dots after 42 years of marriage. That's pretty cool.
Well, don't make it sound like that it took 42 years.
Absolutely not. But even inside of 42 years of marriage and continuing.
But I think that's very key, is that our lifestyle, our way of doing things becomes very dualistic. It's this or this. So when we make a statement, we just lock it in there. We don't realize what came before and what's the possibilities beyond. And that limits our thinking to just that particular moment. So we have to recognize that moment, but we have to realize that it was a 42-year evolution to get to that point, and now however many years it goes beyond that. That's what makes the whole thing really interesting. Not just that we found an hour and a half at the end of the day.
Right, right. So dimensional living, dimensional marriage is a journey, not a destination.
It's a journey, it's an evolution. There's many words we could use.
Interesting.
Don't lock it into just one or two.
Right,
And I
exactly. I love that.
And I would add, it is not either or. I agree with you.
And
I think
both.
I think a lot of people look at their lives as either or,
Dualistic.
which means they've shut the door, they've shut doors down instead of being open and keeping the doors open.
Both and versus either or. Are you starting to find some solutions to your biggest problem, perhaps, in this segment? Maybe it was the previous one.